So good morning to all. So we are meeting after a long time. Previously your classes was taken by Priyadarshini ma'am. Since she completed the last chapter, I'm here to start the next chapter. And the chapter which I'm going to start, it's a new chapter to your syllabus. As you all know that in the revised syllabus, Scratch and Python programming, both the options are removed. And few more things related to your HTML web pages have been added, which were not there earlier. From this chapter also, since you all had demanded how to join audio or a video and how to set its attributes, I had discussed once, which is also, while teaching that part, I told that it's not in syllabus, but that time since I wasn't knowing the revised syllabus, that's why I told that, but those things are included this time. So if you want, I'll explain that part again, or you can follow the video which is on that topic already uploaded on YouTube, and it's available in campus. The link is available in Campus Care also. Okay, so today the topic which I'm going to cover is very interesting one, which is a new thing for you people, and you always wanted to learn it. So many students had asked me about that. And so let's start with this. This chapter basically deals with forms. Okay, forms means a page, a web page where you can collect different details. It can be a person's detail, it can be any entity's detail like book, machine, a device, anything can be. So how many types of controls can be there for collecting the data from the user who is using that? For that, let's take one example, like after passing out plus 10th standard, you will be getting admission to standard 11, and most of the schools are providing online admission. Online forms are available, and you go to that particular portal or site and you open that page and you will enter the details, and at last one button is there, submit button, where you click and your details will go to that particular organization. They will keep a record of your data submitted. So how to create that type of interactive page where you can enter the details, you can submit the details, those things only we are going to deal with. Okay, so that page which you open and there are some spaces where the user can enter details is known as form. Okay, what it is known as? A form. And a form is having so many elements or controls on it, means depending on the type of data you're going to store. Like the first, I'm showing you the example page here. Suppose I'm going to collect the personal details of a particular person. So here this is known as labels, and this you have to create your own. You don't have any means a tag for this. You will simply write it as other characters or words or sentences you're writing in the web page. Same way all these labels you will write, and formatting feature you can obviously apply. You can change its color, bold, italics, whatever feature you want to apply, you can do that. Just in front of that, as you can see, a white color single line box is there where you can enter name, same way password, email ID. So these boxes are known as text boxes. Okay, then we have another column for gender, male or female. Any one of these the person has to choose. So where more than one options are available and the user can choose only one out of those given options, those type of controls are known as radio buttons. Okay, another one we have contact. Again here it will be a single line text box. What it is known as? Text box, where the data will be entered in a single line. Next we have educational qualification. Here as you can see a triangular box is there, reverse triangle is there, and when you will click on this, a list of degrees will appear and you'll have to choose out of this. These type of controls are known as drop down boxes, list boxes, or combo boxes, where a number of choices will be shown in a drop down manner and you can choose any one of that. Same way for engineering also, here group is given there. So I have labeled it as list box. Okay, what it is? List box. Another names are combo box and drop down boxes. Then we have hobbies. Hobbies, here one person can have more than one hobby also, like I like singing, I like dancing. So if so many options are given, you can take more than one options out of the given options. In that case, you will be using check boxes. Here, when you will click, a tick mark will appear, but when you will use a radio button, there a dot sign will appear. What's the difference between these two controls? From the given options in the radio buttons, only one option can be selected, but in check boxes, more than one option can be selected. So these are known as check boxes, and in check boxes, a check sign appears, and in radio buttons, a dot sign appears. Okay. Then we have address. Address of a person, as you know, it will not be getting adjusted in a single line. It will go to multiple lines depending on the size of the address the person is going to enter. You can even give it in the form of line 1, line 2 by using single line text boxes. But if you want a multiple line text box, in that case you can use a text area. Okay, text area is another control which can be placed on a form. Then last one here we have the button by clicking on which some action will happen. Okay, so when you will click here, your details will be submitted somewhere. So these are the details of a form, and basically a form in HTML is created with the help of form tag. Okay, which tag? Form tag, and it is a container tag, and all the controls will be written inside form tag only. Like in HTML, we are creating all the things which you want on the body part of the web page, we are writing it inside body. And if you want a form to be created, all the controls which you want to place on the form will be written inside form tag only. I hope you have understood what we are going to study. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide here. Here, what are HTML forms and when these are required? As I told, it is basically used for collecting information from people, and a form will take input from the site visitor and send it to the backend application. Backend application means where the data is going to be stored. Like as I gave you the example, school is collecting the information. Okay, so school can send it to the web server, or they can specify an email address where the data will be stored. Schools, means person, means admin can be there who will collect all the detail, and he will be storing the data on his computer. So it will go to his mail ID, or it can go directly to a web server. So depending upon the actions, first form will collect the data, and it will send to the backend, and the required processing will be done as the programmer, web developer has created the program. So depending on that, the processing will be done. Next we have elements in HTML forms. As I gave you all the examples, we have those elements are also known as controls. What these are known as? Controls placed on the forms. It can be a text field, text area. Text area means multiple line text box only. Drop down menus, radio buttons, check boxes, etc. Then we have how to create a HTML form. As I told, HTML form, all the coding of HTML will be same. Only you, for creating the form, a form tag you have to add inside the body part of the web page. And how it will look? Form tag started, form tag closed. But there are some attributes of form tag which you must specify. And there are many attributes, but there are few mandatory attributes which you must mention there. Like action. Action means if you have added a backend script, like user is entering some wrong details, and in that case some pop-up message should come. So for that some other programming is done which is known as scripting. Okay, and same way method, where to post the data to the web server or any email ID specified there. Okay, so these two attributes are mandatory. Method can have post or get or post or target or form. Many options are there which we'll discuss in the next slide. And here inside only we will specify all the elements, text boxes, check boxes, etc. So next slide is, what are the attributes of form tag? As I told, two mandatory attributes are there, action and method. And method can have the value get, post or form. So name means it specifies the name of the form. Like if you're going to create any scripting language, the name of the form will be used there. So it's not mandatory that you must specify name, but action and method are must. Here, if name, as I told, that it is not mandatory. If you want to use it in the scripting language, then name you can specify, anything can be used there. Then the two mandatory attributes are there, action and method, which you must specify. Okay, other than that we have many other attributes of form tag, but if you will leave that also, there is no issue with that. Okay, so name, as I told, it will be storing the name of the form. Then we have two important attributes, action. Action, here you can specify the URL where you want the data to be stored. Like I want that whatever data I am collecting, it should go to my mail ID. Okay, so I'll be writing action equals to my email ID there, and in that case the method's value must be get. Okay, so it is not secured form of submission of data. It cannot be used for sensitive type of data. But if you don't want that it should go to any email ID, it should be directly go to the web server, then in that case method's value will be post. Okay, another value for method is form. It opens a new form as per the URL specified in the action attribute. It is rarely used. Basically we will be going with get and post, and the difference is get will give the data to the URL specified in action part, and post will send the data directly to web server. Second point of difference is that get is not safe, okay, for sensitive information. So we should go for post type, which is good for sensitive information. Now let's go to the next slide. Here we are going to add the first type of controls, that are text input controls, and text input controls are of three types, okay, depending on the use. First is single line, where like you are going to accept the username, their contact number. It is not going to span in more than one line. So in that case a single line text input control will be used. Another type is single line text input, but it will be masked, that is hidden. Okay, the masking will be given. So it is basically used for passwords. Okay, these two are used or created with the help of input tag with two more attributes, which I'll be discussing in the practical part also. The last one, which is multi-line text input control, which is used when you have to create more details in a single field. Like the address part which we discussed in the beginning of the presentation, there are multiple lines like lane number, street number, then nearby place, then some landmark, many things are there to be collected. So a single line text input control won't help in this case. For that you need a multi-line text input control, and it can be created with the help of text area. Next slide we have how to create a single line text input control. As I told, it will be created with the help of your this one, where input type equals to text. Type is the attribute. You will specify its value as text, means it will be a single line text input control. And the name, as form's name is there, same way name for the text box is required, which will be used for the scripting type. Next we have a simple example for the single line text control. Most of the things will be similar. HTML head, title, the basic structure you will write, and inside body tag you will write one tag, form tag, for creating the form. Okay, and then two those attributes of form, action and method. Here I have specified my email ID by using which one? Do you remember that? Sending an email from the browser, same way actions value mail to xyz@gmail.com is being specified. Then first name is the label, it will be created like this only. Then for text box, input type equals to this, then name. Yeah, while writing the name part, always end it with the /. Same way for last name, and in between if you want to leave spaces, you'll have to use the BR tag. So this I'm going to show you practically how it will be created. So let's start with the practical now. Now that presentation part is over. So today we'll learn how to add a text control to the form, a normal text control and a password text control. As you know that passwords are always masked, so how to give that masking effect. Okay, so I have already created the basic structure of the HTML web page, and I have given it name as form 1 already saved. Just go to the body part, and here you create one tag, as I told. Which tag? Form tag. And the attributes, if you remember, the first attribute is action, and action will have the email ID. How it can be written? Mail to colon sign, any email ID abc@gmail.com, and then space, after com, space, and then what was the attribute? Method. If you want the data to be submitted to this email ID, method's value will be get. Since it's a dummy email ID, I don't know whether it is existing also or not. So I'm giving here post so that the data will be done. And see, this will work only when you have hosted your website on some web server. Okay. These are just dummy projects which we are creating. Okay. So after this, just close it, and then form tag also you close it. So we have placed one form on the web page. Now how to add controls to it? Just go to this inside this form tag, and there we will be using like I want the person to enter first name and then his last name. So first name will be the label. It can be created like this only. I'm writing here first name and then colon sign, and I want here only that input box to be appear. So I'll use here input tag, input, and one attribute of input tag is type. What type I am going to take? It will be a text box. So I am writing type equals to text, and name is optional, but make it a habit to give name equals to, I am writing its name as f name, and after this put a forward slash and close it. So textworks 1 have been created. After this I want 2 line breaks, so I'll be using br tag twice, br tag used. After this, next line what it should be? First name, and I want the last name of the person to be collected. So same way you can create input, type equals to again a text box, and name, this time I'm going to give its name as L name for last name, and in double quotes L name, and then forward slash this close. And I'm going to give br tag for spaces. Suppose something else we are going to add, that time it can be used. So your 2 text controls have been placed. Now see whether it is working or not. Just save it, minimize, go to this web page, here form 1, you open it, and you can see here you can enter the details, it will be entered. Okay. Now to give one password effect, what you have to do, go to this page, another thing, you paste it here. I'm using password and then colon sign, same type, input tag, but type here this time it won't be text, it will be password, and name also I'm giving as password and forward slash. That's all. Now save it and see the page after refreshing. So here if you will enter, it won't be visible. Okay, if you want to view, eye icon is there, click on that. This is the password which I had entered. So this is what you have to practice, and all of you must join my Google Classroom, so that when the periodic tests will be considered at last moment, it won't be, you people should not be in hurry that I have joined the classroom. If you all will join the classroom, one practical session will be conducted, practical for uploading the assignment in PDF. I'll be correcting only a single question I'll be giving, and I'll return to all of you so that you will also understand how it is going to be executed. Okay, so practice this much. Goodbye and have a nice day.